guys, Kaylee Martin here from the Bear family. So like I said, I was going to make this video after the upload. This video is all about what hospitals don't want you to tell you when you're giving birth. And it is annoying, to be honest, the stuff I've actually looked up. Okay, so the biggest thing for me was, let's start with IVs. IVs. Now, I always hated the idea of an IV. I didn't even want one. But I understand now that stuff can go wrong. They need that right away if you hemorrhage or whatever happens. Okay, that's understandable. Now, everyone wants to do IVs in the arm now. That is so uncomfortable, and it is painful. Especially if you're giving birth and you need that range of motion to just, you know, get in a position that makes you feel better. So, the back of the hand is the best place to get it. And most nurses are like, oh, you know, the back of the hand really sucks, you know. They'll try to talk you out of it. Don't let them. The back of the hand is fine. They just hate doing it, and it's a preference on their part, not, like, it's not a positive. If they're like, oh, yeah, you don't have very good vein, bullshit, you don't have good veins in the back of your hand. Don't let them talk you down. Now, IV fluids. Now, a lot of places won't let you drink water. Total bullshit. If you want to drink water, you freaking drink water. Screw them. Having an IV bag basically puts you to the bed, which can cause back labor, which can cause labor to stall, and can actually make it very painful. Like, more painful than it could be if you were standing up and moving. So, if you do not want to be stuck to the bed, don't. Tell them you do not want an IV bag, and you will drink water. As long as you're drinking water, they cannot refuse. They cannot, you're allowed to refuse as long as you're staying hydrated. If you're not and you can't keep it down or anything like that, then you might want to do it, but tell them you want to move around and you do not want to be stuck to the bed. Unless you do, well, I'm not saying, like, if that's what you want, go ahead. But for a lot of mamas, being stuck to the bed sucks. The monitoring of the baby, having that monitor on. Now, some hospitals are doing monitors where you can walk around. That's still something that's tightened to your belly every time you contract, and it is painful. It is so freaking painful. And it could just be because you're contracting, but to have that, okay, that's like saying you have a stomach ache and then somebody pushes on your stomach every time it gets intense. You know what I'm saying? So, that is not needed. Scientifically proven that having that on your belly at all times, hearing your baby at all times, does not help the pregnancy in any way. It doesn't help secure your baby. It doesn't help anything. Baby can become distressed. Yes, that is true. But that can easily be detected with the fetal Doppler every now and then, not constantly. And they usually do it when you're contracting, but it's to make sure the contractions aren't what's hurting the baby or whatever, which is fine. Another thing, breaking your water. It is science. They break your water to make the labor go faster. Not for your sake. They do it for their own sake. Because they want to get home. Understandable, they had a long day and whatnot, but just because they want to go home doesn't mean they should do that. Because once your water breaks, the contractions get very intense. You go into like a second stage of intenseness. That doesn't mean you're going to deliver any sooner. It just means that they are more intense. It doesn't mean the baby's going to come any sooner. It does not mean labor will progress quicker. Nope. So honestly, having them broken is a waste of time and energy on your part, because the less contractions you have that are like really painful, the more energy you'll have. Now, your water will always break when it's ready. And even if it doesn't, like if you're ready to push, yeah, then okay, let them break it. But that's very rare. It will usually always break, and like just about when you're ready to push. So, and plus that gives you more range of motion to walk around and not leak everywhere. Another thing, what's the other thing I read? You do not have to give birth on your back. Now, I had no idea. Like, I thought that you were not allowed to do that unless you were like at home or with a midwife. Not true. Doctors don't want to tell you this because it's harder on their part. But if you want to deliver on your hands and knees, you can do that. If you want to deliver on your side, you can do that. You can do whatever makes you feel comfortable. Even if it's squatting, the doctor will have to do it to your liking, which is honestly, in my opinion, good. I mean, if the doctor knows best, he'll tell you, but they can't kick you out of the hospital for it. Let's see, there was another thing. Oh, they tell you that you cannot take a shower when you're in labor. Like, a lot of places will tell you that because, like, you're not having, like, a water birth. Not true. Water is a very awesome thing to relieve pain. It helps me. I have, like, a IBS type situation, and it basically feels like I'm in labor. And when I get in the shower and just that water hits me, it just relaxes everything, and the pain isn't as intense, and it's just so much nicer. If you want to get in that shower, you get in that shower. Screw them. The only thing they just don't want you to give birth in there is the issue, because you'll be relaxed and whatnot. And it's like, you know when you're going to give birth, you're not just going to sit there and be like, all right, come to me. Like, common sense, people. Another thing, you do not have to push when they tell you to push. Or the other way around. You know how you'll tell them, oh man, I need to push. Like, it's now. And they're like, nope, doctor will be here in 10 minutes. Gotta wait. No, I do not. Your body knows when you are ready, whether you are 10 centimeters or 8 centimeters. You do not have to be 10 centimeters to give birth. It's ideal or whatnot, but you don't. Your body knows what to do. And when you're ready to push, your body will do it whether you do it or not. And honestly, you might as well just go. The only time you shouldn't push is when they tell you not to because there's something wrong. Not because the doctor's being slow. You know what I mean? No, screw that. And I can contest to this because my grandmother, she was 8 centimeters dilated, and they're like, no, you're not ready. Don't push. But my grandma's like, no, that pressure's there. I need to push. And they're like, no. She's like, okay, go ahead, leave. She delivered her baby by herself because they wouldn't believe her that she was ready. Now, I've had epidurals with both of mine, so I didn't have that feeling to push. I just had that it's painful, I'm gonna push type deal. This time around, I am not gonna have an epidural, so I will feel that. And when I'm ready to push, I'm ready to push. Screw everyone else. Also, when you are in labor and they're tracking your contractions and you're pushing and they're like, no, don't push. You're not having a contraction. If you feel the need to push, go ahead and push. You're not going to hurt anything. You might strain yourself a little bit, but you're not going to hurt anything by pushing when your body tells you to. Science isn't good when it comes to natural shit. I said that all types of wrong, but I think you know what I mean. Your body knows what to do. I mean, especially if you've been through it before, it knows what to do. A doctor can't tell you what your body is saying to you. That's what I'm trying to say. So listen to your body. Listen to your gut. Listen to anything that happens that you think is wrong or right. You listen to it because doctors are going based off a book. What was the other thing? I think that was it when it came to what doctors don't tell you. But the IV thing, you should always get an IV, but just be careful. Tell them you want range of motion and all that if that is what you want. If you want to be stuck to the bed, that's cool. But just a tip that being on your back like that when you're in labor can actually stall it, can cause the contractions to be more painful. And if you're up and around, it will move things along faster and it just won't hurt as bad. Now, I'm not saying that's true or not. I was bedridden on both of mine, so it's very hard to say. But I'm just letting you know what I've learned. And this time, I plan on not getting an epidural. I plan on moving. I don't want to be in the bed at all until I'm ready to push, or if I'm trying to get some sleep. But honestly, everything else, yeah, it's up to you. But they will try to tell you that you cannot do this. They are not legally allowed to tell you this. And they will be like, no, you can't do that, or we're going to have to kick you out. They cannot kick you out if you are in active labor. That is against everything, and they're not allowed to do that. They may say they are, but they're not, and they will try to scare you, and shame on them for trying, because you are in a very vulnerable state, and honestly, that's horrible. So I'm going to cut this short. That's everything I have to say about the what they let you and what they don't let you do. So, I love you guys. Thank you for watching. I hope this was informational to you, and I hope that you can use this when you guys are about to give birth or for somebody else. I love you guys and have an awesome day.